Hello everyone, welcome back to this series of Introduction to Salesforce Commerce Cloud, and in today's video we'll be talking about promotions. Salesforce Commerce Cloud provides support for three types of promotions, and these types are generally known as classes of promotions. So first is the promotion of product class, which is in a format of something like buy X and get Y. Second is order class promotion, which will be in format like buy worth X dollars and more, and you'll get Y% off. And similarly, the shipping class of promotion will have some shipment specific configurations or shipping method, and the format will be something like buy worth X dollars and get free shipping, or shipping at some fixed cost. Since we have different kind of promotions, so the promotion engine on the server side should understand how to apply them. And let's say if the basket is eligible for all these three kind of promotions, then the sequence should also be specified. So in general, the sequence of execution is the product level promotion gets applied first. After that, it applies the order level promotion and the shipping level promotions. But since we can have multiple product, order, or shipping level promotions active in the system, so there should be certain other criteria as well in order to decide which of these promotions get priority. And for that, Salesforce has a predefined set of priority rules in their system. But apart from that, it provides some other parameters as well, which gives more control to the merchandising team to decide how does the execution of promotion sequence should happen on the cart in order to get the desired behavior on the storefront side. The first attribute of the parameter is exclusivity of a promotion. Now, exclusivity can take three different values: global, class, and none. Global exclusivity means that the promotion will not be combinable with any other promotion. For instance, if the cart is eligible for all product, order, and the shipping level promotions, so product level promotion is something which is getting applied first. And let's say if this product level promotion has an exclusivity of global, that means we will not be able to apply either product, order, or shipping any kind of promotion once there's a single promotion, product level promotion applicable, and it's applied on the cart. Similarly, the class exclusivity of the promotion says that the promotion of same class, any other promotion of the same class, cannot be combined with this promotion. So if we go with the first example again, our cart, which is eligible for product, order, and the shipping level promotions, and we have already applied the product level promotion with exclusivity class, that means we will not be able to apply any other product level promotion on the cart. We can apply order and the shipping level promotions, but not the product level. And the third type of exclusivity is no. That means the promotion can be combined with any other promotion. So if we go again with the same example, if we have the product level promotion applied to the cart with exclusivity none, that means we can apply any other promotion, be it product, order, or the shipping level. Now, there could be other scenarios based on the business cases. That is something which we are not able to achieve with the help of exclusivity. For instance, we want the product and the order level promotions to be combinable, and we only want to exclude out the shipping level promotion. So that is something which we cannot achieve with the help of these three exclusivities. So that's when these two other parameters come into picture. First is the mutual exclusive. By the name itself, we can understand that whenever two promotions are set as mutual exclusive, that means both of them cannot be combined. And the combinable promotion means if the two promotions are combinable promotions, we can combine them. So for instance, if we go with the same example again, where we have a product level promotion applied to the cart with exclusivity as global. So that means we will not be able to apply any other product, order, or shipping level promotion again. But with the help of combinable promotion, we can specify, okay, this product level promotion can be combined with this order level promotion. So in that case, you can override whatever exclusivity that we have defined at the promotion level. Now, there are certain other parameters as well, like A/B testing. If you're creating the promotion for A/B test, that gets high priority. The priority of the promotions can be decided by ranks as well. The ranks are the same as what we discussed in the content slot. Then comes your discount type, discount amount, and finally the ID of the promotion that we have created. And when we talk about the discount type and value of the discount, so these are certain configurations you can define in the promotion itself. Like if you want to provide the discount at a fixed price, if you want certain amount to be waived off, so free promotions, price book, amount of bonus products, so of promotion configuration we can define. And the priority is decided based on the sequence. So the fixed price gets the highest priority, bonus product is a lesser priority, and similarly the fixed price product shipping will be considered for the last execution. Now, in order to generate the promotions, we'll need to go to the business manager. Under the merchant tools, you'll have to go to online marketing in the promotion section. When you click on new, it will ask for certain parameters like ID, which is mandatory. Then named currency is the list of currency which is allowed for this website that you have. If you want it to be enabled, visible on the storefront, keep it yes. Archived means when the promotion is expired, at that time it will not be visible in the list of promotions, and you will have to filter it out based on the archived status. It's just for keeping it like managing it in a better way in the BM side. It doesn't have any significance on how it looks on the storefront or how it's accessible by the customer. Searchable flag allows us to make sure this particular promotion is searchable on the storefront with the help of APIs, and it gives a better control to the customer. They'll be able to decide which promotion they want to go with. Similarly, the call out message is simply it provides a little bit more detail about the promotion that we have, that we can do it on the storefront. Like for instance, if we want to have a promotion for the PDP, there we can just simply specify the call out message, and the promotion detail also is something which we can display directly on the storefront side. Once you provide these values, then it comes the compatibility type, where the exclusivity, as we already talked about, there are three kind of exclusivities that we have: no, class, and global. And let's say if we go with the global, then based on your requirement, you can define or decide whether you want to have a combinable promotion with this or a mutually exclusive promotion or not. So exclusivity is the only mandatory attribute under the compatibility mode. Exclusivity group is more of a system for us to understand and to arrange our promotions in a way that if you want it to be defined as a combinable promotion or mutually exclusive promotion with some other promotion, that can be done. For instance, so if we go again with the first example where we had a product level promotion applied to the basket and the exclusivity was set to global, that means it cannot be combined with any other promotion. Now we want that there are three order level promotions. There are multiple order level promotions, but out of those multiple order level promotions, only three promotions which are order class, we want them to be combinable with this particular promotion. So what we can do is we can create those three different promotions like the order level promotion, and we can specify a single exclusivity group. So for these order level promotions that we'll be having, we can so you can have something like this. So this is the class that you'll have to define in those three promotions, and then you can simply specify this exclusivity group under the combinable promotion. So what it will do is, for this promotion, those three promotions which are part of this exclusivity group will be combinable. Once you do it and you simply click on apply, after that you'll see the list of different promotion rules here that you can specify. And here you can see the promotion class can take three different values: product, order, and shipping. Based on these values, you'll see the options on the right side will change. You can see different options here like buy X, get Y, amount of qualifying product, and all. Similarly, if you go with the order, you'll see different options, and shipping, again, different options here. And based on that, the discount as well will change. So let's start with the product first. Here you can specify what exactly is the class and what type of promotion that you want to create for the product. Here you can specify the amount of the discount, and similarly you can specify whether you want it to be percent off or you want it to be bonus products, choice of bonus products, and all these things. Now you can also then you have to specify like what are the products that you want to discount based on this promotion. Payment method, if you want to keep it restricted to a single payment method, that can be done. Maximum application tells us about how many such promotions can be applied on a single order. So that can be defined here. And the prorate discount means, so it's possible that we have multiple products on discount and customer has purchased them and now they want to return it back. So what happens is while creating the return, we have to calculate the price based on the discount values as well. So this discount has to be prorated across all the products, and the prorated value is something which is used while calculating the return and refund values. So this is what this checkbox is about. If you want the prorate logic to be applied on the prices, that can be done. Similarly, if you go with the order level promotion, you get different options here. You can specify like the threshold value. For instance, if you buy more than $100, you'll get some percent off, or you can specify any of the values here as well. Excluded products, name itself suggests that if you want certain products to be excluded from this particular order level promotion, that can be specified. Qualifying product, as well as the name itself suggests, we can specify, okay, if the order has these products, then only this promotion will be considered as an applicable promotion. Payment method we already talked about in the products. Now, alert return as an approaching promotion means it is possible that the customer is not aware of that on the site there is an order level promotion going. And the threshold value, for instance, if the order level promotion has a threshold value of 100, like if you buy something worth 100 or more, you'll get 20% off. And right now the customer's cart value is, let's say, 70. So in that case, you can display this message on the cart page that you need to add only products worth $30 more and you'll get 20% off on top of. So that way you can define whether you want this promotion to be displayed on the storefront as an approaching promotion or not. And here you can specify the threshold value beyond which you want it to be displayed to the customer. And similarly, if you go to the shipping part, you see different options on the right side. You can specify again the shipment total value and like whatever discount that you want to provide. Based on that, you see different options here as well. Qualifying products remains the same as what we have in the order level promotions. Shipping methods, you can specify if this promotion is to be applicable only on certain shipping methods. Payment methods, again, is the same thing as what we saw in the order level promotions. Maximum applications is again the same thing. You can define how many such promotions you want to be allowed to be applied on cart. Once you've decided that, you simply have to click on apply. So for instance, if we go with the product, and here you can specify the discounted product. In the qualifier, you'll see the different, it could be filtered out based on different product level attributes, custom attributes, or the default system object attributes, which is your ID, category, product set, and all. Let's go with the ID. You can specify the products. And maximum applications, if you want to define, let's go with 1 right now. Proration as well, we want to apply. Once you apply it, this promotion is active, but this will not be visible on the storefront since we don't have any campaign assigned to this. So whenever you create a promotion, in order for this promotion to be applicable and visible on the storefront, we need to make sure that the campaign is also created and the campaign is active. Campaign is something which we'll be covering as part of the next video, but the promotion is, whenever you're creating the promotion, there are certain parameters that you need to make sure of. The compatibility is something which provides you with a control of how you want the promotion to be executed. And then comes your promotion rules, which with the help of which you can define what is the class of promotion and how the discount value is to be calculated, whether that has to be based on some percent value or that will be a fixed cost. I hope this helped you understand the promotion and the logic behind how the promotion rules and the promotion engine execute and what is the sequence of promotions. If you guys have any questions or concerns regarding promotions, please reach out over sfcc.queries@gmail.com, or you can post your comments on the video as well. In the next video, we'll be talking about the campaigns and the different kind of qualifiers that we get as part of the campaigns. Thank you.